Previously on Indievelopment.
This is my studio. This is a drag handle, so if you get shot, somebody picks this up and grabs you and just drags you across the ground. Now the fun stuff, the guns. So we have 4 principal weapons in BPRE that we're going to be starting with. The first, the M4 carbine, Glock 19. We're also going to be including the AK-47 and a new saw called the Ultimax. Actually, we don't have those things, oddly enough. Some of the stuff is surprisingly illegal. So it's January 1st, 2007. It's about 1:13 in the morning now, and we're gonna have a busy year. This is the beginning of the new year. We'll find out, I guess, on Tuesday or Wednesday night if we're going out to CES and trying to pitch our stuff to the guys at Epic and see if we can get the Unreal 3 engine, because I really need that thing, man. Those tools are good. It's the first sort of day of the year. It's been a busy one, and I gotta go back to my day job in like 5 hours for only another week or so when I'm out of there. Just setting out to move today.
With the bionic boosters built in.
So this is our office. Nice high ceilings. More than enough space for a few people. Worked out pretty well.
I don't know if Channing brought enough posters. These are posters that he bought that we're not using.
We even have our own name on our door. It's pretty cool. Yeah, but that's the whole space. It's finally set up. The Pikachu Pez dispenser.
My post-mortem on the last couple of days is don't change the address on your DSL account while the technician is getting ready to install it, because otherwise the whole thing will get screwed up. By Tuesday or Wednesday, certainly by Thursday, we should be up and running.
So it's another morning at the offices. First one here. Power is already out. As you can see by this EPS unit glowing red. Gotta swap this guy from this outlet to the next one. And that's pretty much what I have to do every day. Right now, get some. When you get an office, let me tell you, people, what are the things you need to do? And make sure you got your power squared away. So let's plug this thing in and bazoom, good to fucking go. It's a glorious day outside. F***ing cold, but it's nice. It's been a good week for us. We got the Unreal license.
Unreal Engine 3. So I've been getting everybody set up with that.
And we're going to North Carolina this week, it looks like.
To Epic, North Carolina. Meeting with some of the high-level guys there, giving a pitch about BPRE, the game.
So it's a pretty good week for us. It's going to be the last week we're going to be working without any final knowledge of what we can do in terms of the capabilities of Unreal, but I guess we're going to be finding out pretty damn soon. So, I'm going to talk a little bit about what I'm going to be doing today. I sat down this weekend. I've been doing a lot of research on things that you would find potentially on Mars. Here's a inner tank structure, and I'm going to be modeling this today. What I'll do is I'll go out and research what the actual dimensions of this thing is, and then build it in Maya, which I've started to do over here.
With dynamic lighting, right, it kind of is still basically works on vertexes, so you have to have actually polygons to chop it up so that lighting will behave differently.
So okay, so basically to summarize, shit can the I-beam, make it a static beam, subdivide the outside, and that's pretty much it, right?
Yeah. First thing the guy's gonna do is he's gonna do the Leonardo da Vinci facing this camera.
Okay, let me see.
Okay? That's
Okay.
basically this, and just bend the elbows once. Do it. We're gonna be at the center.
Uh-huh.
Leonardo da Vinci. And then
hard to do without leaning, but do this. All right. Okay. So now.
So you ready? So starting from the stand, fall to a crouch. Walk forward 4 steps. Stand. Done.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so it's mostly the setup. I can do all this other stuff.
My name's John Zinn, and currently I'm the CEO of Indigent Armor Inc.
My name is Skip, and I'm here to support the project from an advisory perspective based on previous experience as a contractor in the paramilitary, military security side of the house.
A few years back, I was a contractor after I got out of the SEALs in the Navy.
After the military, I got into, after I got out of college, I got into executive and dignitary protection, and I was doing high-risk and corporate-level protection for Fortune 100 executives, small businessmen, foreign royalty and dignitaries, and some U.S. Government officials on a private contractual side and their families here in the United States and abroad.
Probably about 3 years ago, I met John Chang, and we hit it off. I had an interest in doing some consulting in the video game market, and he was looking for people to provide some guidance from a tactical perspective. I helped him write scripts and try and make things as realistic as possible, help him with tactics in general.
I'm putting markers down to start and stop points to do capturing walk cycles. Because, I mean, this is basically your average space for a motion capture sort of situation. We're going to have to move those out of the way. I didn't want to touch them because I didn't...
John's got a lot of tenacity, and I think that's what made me buy into the project as far as helping him out and giving him a commitment. Is I took John as the kind of guy that he's going to make a game one way or the other. You know, he'll die before a game doesn't get made.
A day of motion capture is like $7,000, and then to clean it up, it's like another $10,000. That's like almost all the money we have for our company right now. You know, we can't afford to do that. So we're gonna probably capture everything we can actually with this stuff. I mean, what we're gonna have in the game initially is a thigh holster and high holster on the belt. And we have a couple flavors of plate carrier. We actually start with this as our low end model.
You got to respect him first of all because he's trying to get the straight dump, but I understand he's got a business model. He's a businessman first and foremost, and he's got to tune his game and his model and his concepts for the customer. It's customer driven, and that's where we get in the conflict of what the customers need and want versus the reality from objective training and so forth. That's where we have it out. That's a good time, and that's an exchange of ideas. But he has to learn how to take the reality of proper tactical movement and techniques and integrate it with the reality of what his customers can do with the equipment that they have and build it into the game model.
I want to move from this end to that end, so I can have 2 bases apart, one over here and one over there. Like one guy is suppressing that guy, this guy's moving over there. Would I do this then? Would I move low, or would I?
Yeah, you either keeping it nice and compact, and when I go.
So when he goes out, just bam, right down. I can do whatever you want.
Oh, I see.
And then if we stack, it's much safer to be like this. And then if he goes this way and I end up peeling off this way, we're all right here. There's not a...
We have standing, like a crouch down, like this kind of thing, and then we have a prone to the ground type thing.
Can you suggest one?
Sure.
We never do a crouch, but we'll do kneeling a lot. Because you're stable, you have a stable shooting platform. Is that cool?
Well, we actually wanted to get both. Now here's the thing, because in all of these games, they always have this like crouch walk. You've seen it.
Nobody walks like
Nobody
that.
walks that way? So we should just not put it in the game, you think?
Crouching is stupid.
The biggest conflict is some of the things that John wanted him to do. They're so unrealistic. They're so not what we do. They're exactly what you don't want to do. It's tough for guys like us to be told to do that, even if it's just for a video game like this. I mean, you break bad habits. I mean, you don't want to bring bad habits like this crouching thing. Transitioning from a long gun or carbine to a pistol and then back to a long gun. There's a reason you go to your pistol. That's because the long gun doesn't work.
We want to do a run and then a stop, like start running off camera and then stop at that mark so we see how you slow down. Then we want to do one where you start running from that mark and then just run off camera. Then we want to do a run where you just run straight through. We want to do a run where you come from off camera and then jump.
So I didn't sign up to work out, man.
Sorry. What I have to do is after I put these things in place, I have to make measurements, and we put those onto the skeleton in our 3D model. So when we watch this back, Phil can look at these markers specifically, and he can like match the positions exactly on our models. So, okay, so the next thing I need to do is get some stuff on your hips. This stuff is just coming right off. Oh, Jesus Christ. Not answering his phone. Awesome.
Yeah, the medical tape will work.
medical tape won't come off.
You got...
Stuff doesn't come off anything.
Oh, well, that'll work too. That'll work. I tried your cell and nobody picked up, so I'm assuming you're getting dead signal. But we're going to get started here, I think, in probably the next 15 minutes. Give me a call, okay? I'm going to try on your landline next. Oh, wow, yeah, that's totally going to work better. Oh, okay. I think we had to use white tape also. We're using medical tape. The electrical stuff won't stick to the suit. I don't think that's going to be a problem though, right? Okay, cool. Anything. Okay, go ahead. Good. Now you can leave. Thanks. At this point, I want you to actually jump.
Whatever. I mean, you're wearing 35 pounds of kit on a light movement between your weapon, your ammunition, your body armor, your plates, your water. You put a go bag on, or you put some more weight on. Not only are you not going to be moving like that or jumping like that, it's just one of those things where the physical condition doesn't relate to what you need to be doing. The pumping of the adrenaline, the respiratory system, all that comes into play in reality, where in a gaming scenario, your breathing is not, you're not doing this with a weapon like reality. You're on target, blasting away.
In order for them to nail this game, the things they need to do are more important as far as punishing the player for not doing things tactically right. I think that's going to be the differentiator with these guys. And I know that's certainly what us as the tactical advisors are pushing them into a corner all the time is, make these guys make the right decisions, or make them think. Because if you take the easy road, that's how you get killed in this business.
Okay, it's the night of, God, what is today, man? December 16th? So I've got to do a little bit of polishing on my models tomorrow, just to get them ready for John. He's going to come over early. I was surprised those guys did the interviews on camera. It was without requiring them to be, mosaiced out or anything. That's kind of like a change in the game plan to me. But, those guys used to live out by me, and I guess things change. Their business is booming. They're doing good. It's hard work, but they're doing good stuff. And I really appreciate that they took the time to help us out this weekend and to speak with you guys. The contractor angle, first time we talked to John, and that's a really interesting angle, and we've explored that more and more. He was a urban operations specialist, and that's where our game came. John himself has been such a big inspiration for what we wanted to make a game about. In the world of military contracting and corporate wars is always like an interesting idea. Overall, it was tough explaining to those dudes about what's realistic versus what we need to capture for the game. Like in terms of animation, they didn't really get the concept of why I have to have when we're trying to do the motion capture to sort of have what it's like to go from holster the pistol and then bring up your long gun again for whatever reason, and to be able to do that in different stances, and to say, it's cool for them to say, okay, you simply should not be able to do this in that stance, that I can buy, but I have to allow players to make mistakes even if it's not what I would do. That's just how we're going to have to do things sometimes, because people it's not a third-person game where they sort of like hit a button and the player goes into an animation where he like automatically gets down because you're in the first-person view, so you're controlling that. So if you want to do a reload, tactical reload, and you want to take a knee, that's your business. You have to hit the buttons to do that. You have to make the character do that. It's not like an automated thing. I mean, in fact, today was very much an exploratory day in terms of what we could do, what we should do, what we shouldn't do. And John definitely and those guys stepped up and offered a lot of good ideas for things that we hadn't even thought about. And that's pretty great. It's a great thing about sort of being partners and not just having consultants, because John feels invested in our success. Or at least I feel like he does, I mean, he doesn't have a monetary stake in it, but like he spent a lot of time with this game like us, and I mentioned earlier, we changed what we were going for originally, and we tailored it based on his experience. And this is his world, like how the guns work, how people shoot, and we try to base it off of him because we're trying to get people to behave more professionally, like real soldiers in the game, like how real operators would work. And I'm convinced that one of the essential ways to do that is just to make the other elements as realistic as possible. Okay, signing off tonight.
Did you ever order a car to life?
No. Bug spray?
Yeah, pretty much.
No, I dated a girl who loved that. I wouldn't do it, so.
All right, let's see what you got.
Okay, so this is the title of our game, Black Powder Red Earth. What the game is, essentially, is players will play as a mercenary soldier fighting out proxy wars on a near-future Martian space colony.
So why Mars?
Mars is good because
we talked about the desert thing, but one of my concerns is that that's so far removed from your standard kind of like contemporary setting that people might have a hard time kind of identifying with it. But it has a learning curve, but it doesn't do anything new, and you're like, wait, those can't coexist.
You had acronym soup up there. You had, we want RPG elements, and we want the best FPS ever, and we need an import feel. And it's a lot of acronyms. That's scary shit. So, all right, that's cool. I don't have to make it. So.
And they shipped one of these games. What was it called? Ride the Comics.
Yeah.
On this multiple processor SGI stuff. Everybody's having so much problem with that.
Have you ever seen Disney Quest?
Is it the one in Florida?
A fictional projection of the near future.
We've got like 5 minutes left. I just
Okay.
want to bring that up because we're about to have our company flood in here
Sure
for
enough.
a company meeting. So.